Okay, and hello, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Minetest gameplay of sorts. And today we're going to visit, this is going to be a tutorial type mod, and we're back over by the playground area, or what I call the playground area, and we're going to look at a question that was brought in and see if we can solve this person's problems. So, let's see here. There we go. The Deep Thinker 2000. It says, I think I heard you once say that you were the one who made the moreblocks mod. No, I didn't. That developer is Calhoun. And he says there's a few bugs with it. First off, the mod seems to conflict with another mod called World Edit. Possibly. Like instead of using default settings for certain blocks, World Edit opt-in paper thin slabs instead. Yes, I have seen that, and I have a sort of solution for that. It also loads cobblestone first. Why it does that, I really do not know. Most likely, it is when the GUI interface opens up, that was the default setting. It was cobblestone, but I have a workaround solution for that. Second is the glass node. When you put a glass node into the circular saw, you can't seem to rotate it to rotate any of the shapes or any of the glass pieces I place. Okay, so let's look at that. Of all these things started when I just recently updated. But like some new shapes put in, I especially found it cool that I can make slabs of silver sandstone now. Really? Because I haven't been able to. But then again, I might not have updated everything that you have. So let's go in here. First issue we're going to work with is, I know the problem that you're having with the world edit. So what we're going to do here is we are going to change this. We're going to change this and that. Yeah. So we're going to mark out our area, and I'm using the world edit mod wand, and it just lets you right click, left click, first position, second position, and we're going to change that. We're going to change it. We're going to hit set nodes. And the default, you said, came up cobblestone. So I believe, there it is. Now, you can see what just happened there on the cobblestone. There's a lip there, meaning that these are different. So if you hit the tilde key, it'll show debug information, and it shows here that it's moreblocks slab cobble 15. Okay, so what we could do here is come back out, and we're going to go to, I'm going to search for cobblestone, and the one that we want is right, no, that's not the right one, the unbreakable one. I just want regular cobblestone. Mossy cobblestone. There it is. Cobblestone. Yes, I'm re-recording this because I did not like the way that the first one came out. So I'm going to put a stone block right next to it. And you can see that they're the same level. So if I grab one of those and put it on the other side, you can see how that is not the same block. You can see it's a little shorter. And I'm not sure why that does that, but this has bitten me before. You can see you can see the gap right there. So how we rectify that is, this is default underscore cobble. So we're going to go back in here, and we're going to set nodes, and we're going to call it default underscore cobble. And it has to be the exact same spelling. Now, I don't think that, nope, that's not going to work. So let's try, cobblestone with one word, cobblestone with capital C, and that didn't work. So let's try space with an underscore. It's trial and error, and I've done this before where I had to play with this to get it to work. Now, I generally don't use cobblestone. Huh. Cobble. There we go. So just the word cobble brought the regular cobble back, that brick. So now if I go in here and take that, that is the cobblestone that we're searching for. Not that one, but that one. And you can see how that lip is gone. And when I point at it, it says default cobblestone. So one of the problems with this mod, and I can demonstrate that again. Let's set this. I found this to be, I hate when I do that. I think wool is another one. No, that set it correctly. Let's see, stone, I think, does it. Oh, of course. Now it's going to prove me wrong. Stone block. I believe stone block will cause the same problem. Yep, there you go. So stone block causes the same problem. Now, if I go into my inventory and do I have a stone block, concrete block? Let's search for stone. And I know that it's in here. So if I go into stone block, that's the stone block that I want. That's the full block. So where's my other one? Oh, okay. Default is stone underscore block. So let's go back into here, into our set nodes, and go and just add an underscore. Now, watch this block right here. See how it raised up? Now, when I hit set nodes, they raise up. It raises up to the other ones. So that's what's happening with that. Why it does that, I don't know. You have to spell it exactly the way that it is in the inventory. A lot of times, like this will say stone block, or this is listed as stone block when you bring up your inventory, when you're searching for it, but the actual name that it's named in the mod is something else. So like here's stone tile. So that's how that works. And it is kind of annoying, but depending on what, the blocks that you normally use that for, you'll kind of like remember that. What I tend to use instead of set nodes is I use the stack command. So I lay out my region and look off into the look direction because I'm lazy, and I stack, and I'm going to stack this 10 in the look direction. You could do that, and it'll stack it. And I'm making a big mess out of my playground area here, but that is how that works. What I would do, and let me reset the region, go back to daytime. What I would do is the mod developer is Calhoun for moreblocks, and I'll leave a link in the description of the show notes. And I would either go to the forum post and ask the developer why it does that and why it defaults the cobblestone, or you could file a bug request because there's a GitHub page that mod is under that you could download it from. What happens also is, well, let me answer your second question, and then I'll tell you how I deal with troublesome mods and update mods. So the other problem that you were having was with the screwdriver. So if I go in here and type in screw, I have two different screwdrivers. Now the screwdrivers come from the Technic mod. And I have some glass mounted up here. So let's go into my circular saw. Well, let's get some glass. We'll go to moreblocks. And I think the clean glass and iron glass you can cut. So get rid of these. And super trap glow glass. I like how that looks. That you can't circular saw that one. That one you can. So we will take one from each of these. And just to be on the safe side, let's go in here and take another. Let's see if the stone block will. Yes, the stone block will cut. And I want these stairs. Cool. And go lay the stairs. It's not how I wanted to do it. There we go. Lay that like that. And then we can come over here. And you can see how, unless you're facing down on it, that'll happen when you're trying to lay them. One of the quick ways to laying them is, if you watch my video on the when I try to lay the glass slopes on the forest house on the latest video, if you put something underneath it, like a cheater block, a helper block, they always lay correctly. However, that doesn't always work, and you need to grab the screwdriver. The sonic screwdriver doesn't do anything. I don't know what it's in the mod for, but it doesn't do anything. My regular screwdriver, you can see I'm turning it. So that works. I tend to think, so if we turn that, there we go. So I made that work. Crawl up there. Like I said, the screwdriver is in the Technics mod, and I would try to update the Technics mod because it appears that those mods might be playing with each other. One of the things that I do whenever I do mods, and I'm going to go in here and open this up. So I'm using a Mac under Mac, it's under Library, Application Support, Minetest, Mods. What I tend to do whenever I'm going to update a mod, no matter if it's one mod or if I have 4 or 5 mods, and I never add more than one mod at a time, because it's the old rule about, you throw a bunch of different solutions at a fix, and then the item is fixed, or the problem is fixed, but you don't know what actually fixed it. So what I do, and I religiously do this because it bit me several times. This Minetest directory under Mac, I will make a complete copy of it to my desktop and then play with this. So if I break it beyond repair, or if I change something in my world that I don't like and need to go back, I can always just throw it back in there or move the folder back into there, and everything goes back to the way it was before I started playing with it. On Linux, your world directory is going to be in your home directory, and the mod files are going to be under user, share. I'm going off of Ubuntu or a Debian based. User, share, Minetest, game, and then it's going to be in the sub game. Like you'll have Minetest game and then minimal game, and the mods will be in there. I always do that, and I will add one mod at a time. And I had recently, just today, had a whole fighting sequence with advanced trains because I was having a lot of problems with that mod, and then found out there was an update for it, and lo and behold, it fixed it. So there's also your debug text file. Now this is my local version and not the version that's on my server. So if I go in here and I open it up with just a plain text editor, the oldest date is first. So if I come down all the way to the end, there we go. You can find out what is affecting your mods. So there's a lot of there's a lot of warnings in here. There's some errors, some severe. I'm trying to find, let's get out of here so you can see it a little bit better. These are all warnings that don't really do much, but there's a lot of problems that I've been having with, look at the pretty artwork. That's cool. Whoever sat there and did that, better you than me, because I don't have the patience for that. So I run into a lot of times where certain blocks won't be registered because the alias will be registered under a different mod, and that causes some problems. Yeah, advanced trains. This is when I was playing with advanced trains on my local server. I also have a server where I have it set up, and I have a local iteration of Minetest that I can test things on before I go in. And I can tell you there is a difference between Mac and then on my Linux server. I run Ubuntu 14.04.4 on my Linux server, and I'm running, both of them are running development versions. So this one is Minetest 0.4.16 development version. And one of the other things that I've noticed is that under the mods, now my mods, I took the easy way out, and now I was just in there and I'm trying to get back in there. Library, application support, Minetest. So here are all my mods that you can see here, from 3D Armor, Advanced Trains, Advanced Freight Train, Art Deco, Baked Clay, all the way down to Extra Ores. And these aren't all of them, because I use a mod pack called Dreambuilder mod pack from Vanessa E. And this adds everything you can see here. Streets, castle, more trees, more blocks, the garden, everything in there, the mesecons, Technic, and that's where the screwdriver comes from. So either search to see how many screwdrivers you have. Like I said, the sonic screwdriver doesn't appear to be doing anything for me, but I never used it because the other screwdriver works. The problem started when you upgraded certain mods. So what you could either do is try to go back to the previous version of the mod. And that's why I make a complete backup of that directory. So, and that has bit me before. Now, moreblocks. Now, basically what Vanessa E has done with Dreambuilder mod pack is she's ensured that every single mod that she has in that mod pack will play nice with each other. And I know for a fact that the version of the mod pack that I'm running will only run on the development version of 4.16, the unstable version, not the stable version. And there's also there's two mod packs listed. The other mod pack will run on anything 4.16 and below. You have to go to the links to all the mods in every one of my videos is in the description. So you'll be able to find it there. Yeah, so it's basically she's made sure that all these mods play well together, because I have gone the route of adding all these mods differently. and have run into major problems. Also, if you duplicate a mod, if you are running a mod pack that has a group of mods in it and you have a duplicate, they'll cancel each other out. So there may be a good indication that you have mods that are conflicting with each other, and you'll be able to find that in your debug.txt file. So those are the easiest ways of being able to troubleshoot a problem. It kind of, not knowing what you're dealing with, it kind of gives me the impression that the screwdriver, you might be playing with the, like the sonic screwdriver. So if it won't change anything on any block, search your inventory and see if there's more than one screwdriver. Or the Technic mod may need to be updated. And I would just go and update one mod at a time just to make sure that your mods are playing well with each other. So that's how I would fix it. Now, majority of the mod developers have a GitHub page. So you would be able to go to their mod. If you find it in the forum, I lost my train of thought for a second. If you go to it in the forum, they usually have a link to their GitHub page, because hosting the mod there is free. That's where I have my world files hosted. So you can go there and you can file a bug report. You could see if the mod version is updated. You could look at the changelog and see when the last time that developer has added anything to the mod, and go that route. I wish I could be more help on it and tell you the exact answer, but on the world edit part, that's a workaround that I've run into. You have to make sure that you spell the block name exactly for what you're trying to set the nodes as. And there's also another, you could hit toggle inspect, and when you punch a block, it'll tell you that I just punched default stone block. Yeah, because I'm using a different one. So if I punch that block and go down here, I just punched the moreblocks stone _ tile. So that'll give you, hopefully the information that I've given you gives you enough ammunition to either work around the problem or fix your problem. But I always make, every day my server backs itself up, and I keep a whole backup of all my worlds, and that has helped me. Like, here's all my backup files that come off my server every single day. So if something happens or my server crashes and I download them to my computer, I have them, and I can also take this file and put it on my local Linux box or on my Mac and unarchive it and literally play with the world as it was when this created itself at 7 a.m. So hopefully that solves your problems. Like I said, each developer has a GitHub page. You can go into there and file a bug request, or put it in the general Minetest forum. Also on the Reddit page under the Minetest subreddit, you can find a lot of help in there. I believe there's an IRC channel even for Minetest, but the people in the Minetest community are extremely helpful. And generally, if you ask a question in there, they're gonna be able to figure it out, or know, or even the developer will get back to you on what the problem is. So on that's how I deal with, look at that, that's cool. That is how I deal with, troubleshooting mod conflicts, and yeah, and going from there, and my thought process and how I actually, do it, and the safeguards that I take. So I want to thank you for watching, and hopefully you get your problem solved. Don't let a little problem like that tarnish the entire game. It's just something that happens. Unfortunately, this is, it's open source, so it's not like Minecraft where there's a bunch of paid developers sitting around just waiting to fix stuff. Everybody does this in their own free time, and you kind of have to wait until either the mod gets updated or somebody else has the same problem and they start seeing bug issues on that. So thank you again for watching. If you like, leave a like, put a comment in, send a screenshot of your builds. You can go to my website. If in my last video, I highlighted one of George's mansion builds. So keep playing Minetest, and hopefully all your problems get worked out. Thank you, and goodbye.